Welcome to Tales of Aldmere. Our story begins with our group waking up outside of a city wall. None of them know how they got there. They can't remember anything from their past. Their prior memories, all the way back to their childhood even, are impossible to grasp. Looking around reveals that they are in the middle of a vast desert, halted only by mountains reaching skyward off in the distance. In front of them looms the entrance to a city with large gates which, oddly enough, are standing wide open. A gentle breeze causes the city banners to flap hesitantly in the wind, banners which are torn and faded. And so we begin.
I want to observe the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to walk through the gate. Playing this safe? Okay.
All right, so observing the gate, it's essentially probably a 20 or 30 foot high double door gate, which is currently swung open. They clearly are not very worried about, whoever's in the town is not super worried about anything just walking right in. There's no guards, there's no security to get through, it's just open doors.
No signs, nothing like that?
No, nothing.
Told you, I might as well go in and ask for directions.
Let's go in.
All right. So as your party walks through, you do notice, however, along the walls that it's very dusty and dirty. They have not upkept the town very well, right? They've not been cleaning. The banners that are hanging from the tops of walls are tattered and worn. They've been there a while and they've not been cleaned, changed, anything like that. It's best word you can think for it is kind of a ghost town. There's not a whole lot of people there.
Not a whole lot of people, or are there people?
There is. So when you walk through the gate, there is one person. As you look around, you see, as you would expect to see in a city, plenty of homes and buildings and businesses all around you. However, the interesting thing is that they all seem to be abandoned. There are no lights, there's no fires burning, there's no smoke from the chimneys. You are greeted there by a lone guard. So the guardsman notices you and stares with a shocked expression on his face. He says, are you from the outside? He draws his blade defensively, awaiting your response. How did you get here? How?
We just appeared here.
We just woke up here.
We were hoping you'd tell us.
No, wait, guys. You guys are like telling him your entire life story. You don't know whether or not they're the people that sent us here. Like, okay, I'm just hanging in the back. Y'all talk. I'm just hanging in the back. Whatever.
You are a rogue.
So you explain to him basically that you just kind of appeared here. The guard takes a moment to examine the group before relaxing a bit. His hand drops from the sword hilt. Well, I'm not sure how that's possible, but hey, you aren't attacking me right now, so that's good enough. I'm the head weapon master of the city, serving King Dadek on the King's Council. You may be wondering why the city is in the shape that it is. Several months ago, a young boy entered the city, alone, oddly enough. He had no family to speak of and no group along with him. All he had was a small box that he insisted must be brought to the King's Council, that it was imperative an experienced mage see the box. Had he been anything but a young boy, we would have resisted. However, because of his age, we didn't suspect any harm. We're a simple city, never been at war, and no one to war with, so we thought nothing of it. Once the boy entered the city hall, he was being taken to see Treorin, the elder mage on the council. There was an explosion which tore apart a large section of the hall and killed many of the surrounding citizens. The boy hasn't been seen since. We assume he died in the blast with the others. And ever since that blast, there's been strange magic in the air. Treorin says that the arcana is unstable, whatever that means. He says that the blast opened a rift. All I know is that nobody has been able to enter or leave the city since the rift opened, and I've had many family members die in terrible ways. I'm not sure how much longer we'll last like this. He concludes, and now we're here dying off. Our livestock struggle to survive with the effects of the rift, and on top of that, the city is plagued with thieves and beasts. I don't know how you got here or why, but you may be our only hope for getting out of this.
Well, it's either the boy or the wizard that brought us here, so at this point, we have no choice but to try and freaking solve the problem.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
My name is Barrick, Barrick Stone.
Yeah, well, your parents screwed you over.
I don't disagree.
Where's this elder mage?
Yeah, take us to this elder mage.
Treorin.
Yeah, let's.
Let's do that.
Well, hold on a second. What's your relation to the king?
Oh, I've served the king for a long time now. My position on the king's council is as the head weapon master. I oversee the military and defensive side of the city, making sure that we're all safe at all times.
You also didn't mention the name of the city.
The name of the city is Aldmere.
Okay.
Oh, you've done a great job so far. All right. I see the city's safe. Obviously. Okay.
Besides the wide open gate.
Yeah, the wide open gate and.
Well, to be honest with you, ever since this rift opened, nobody's been able to enter or exit. It doesn't do us any good to leave the gates closed in case anything like your group showing up happens. No matter how hard we try, we can't leave the city. We can run for hours and hours, but as soon as we look back, we're never more than maybe 50 or 100 feet away from the gates.
Hold on a second. I would like to make an action if that's possible.
What is your action?
I want to try and leave the city.
So you're just leaving back out the main gate?
I want to see if I could go back out the main gate.
Way to stick together.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I just want to see if I could step out.
Sure. So you set out to leave the gate. And sure enough, as he mentioned, it seemed like you were walking for a little ways. As soon as you looked back, you're pretty much right where you guys started, about 50 feet out from the gate.
All right.
All right, well, we
Stupid
got no
halfling.
choice. Let's go. Hey, excuse you. All right, I found a valuable piece of information, and at the end of the day, we're all stuck here regardless, and you didn't know that.
I trusted this good man.
Okay, all right.
There's no reason to lie to me.
Okay, Paladin. Okay. Whatever. All right, let's go.
Will your brave party help us?
Yes, but can you tell me more about this boy?
Honestly, Treorin knows more than I do. I was not involved with him coming into the city. Had I been there, I don't think I would have let him through, but he was just a young boy. And again, there's no nearby cities. We don't war with anybody. We're basically an outpost for travelers crossing this desert. We've never had any reason to suspect there could be, any malicious attempts, to attack us. We just serve to help passing travelers.
So any boy that wants to see the king gets to see the king?
Well, he wasn't going to see the king. He was going to see Treorin, who is an elder mage of great power. We did not suspect that this box would cause the trouble that it has. Not from such a young boy.
How was it that Treorin was able to survive this blast?
The boy, assuming it was the boy that caused the explosion, he essentially set it off as soon as he entered the city hall. It was a large blast. It wasn't large enough to hit Treorin, who was at the nearby inn, or the king, who was in the king's hall. They were both just far enough outside of the blast radius that they weren't, fortunately, they weren't injured by the blast.
So I've got a question. So after this boy comes in and the blast goes off, there's no... I understand you guys want to keep the gates open for people to just walk in, but what's stopping another boy from coming in and doing the same thing?
We get people, probably dozens of people every day passing through this desert, between this mountain range. We get people all the time. And after the explosion, it's not been a single soul. And this has been, 3 or 4 months ago we've not had anybody come in. Nobody's left.
Other than ourselves.
You guys are the first.
This guy doesn't have any answers. We need to go speak to this freaking elder wizard
Let's
guy.
speak to this elder mage.
Yes.
Please
Take us
don't.
to Treorin.
So Treorin definitely may have an idea on how to restore this arcane balance. He's the most knowledgeable person in the city when it comes to magic and may be able to offer some insight. He should be at the inn near King's Hall to the north near the library. Like I mentioned, I can take you there if you still like. As well, there's a cultist group who have been sacrificing what animals we have left to appease whatever higher power they believe is causing all of this. Finally, the corpses in the crypts have been fleeing their resting places, which is unsettling to say the least. We stationed a guard to keep the gates surrounding the cemetery closed and the walking corpses contained. If you can figure out what's causing the dead to rise, it may lead to some answers or artifacts which may help. Where would you like to go?
I don't like darkness. I don't like undead. I want to go.
I think we can take him though.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you a paladin? That's like a
I think we should split up. I think
I don't think that is wise.
I mean, you don't want to go fight the undead, which you're strong against.
That's where I'm saying. That's where I'm telling us we go to the crypts to fight the undead. That's what I said.
Oh, you want to go there? I thought you wanted to not go there. Oh, my bad.
No.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, I want to go speak to this elder mage thing, because he either started it all or needs people to fix it, so...
I agree we should speak to the mage, but I believe we should get rid of the undead before, in case there are any artifacts down there, like Barrick has mentioned.
I think the undead is a good choice. I think that's the most pressing issue.
Not
the cult that's like...
Not the cultist that's taking the people
They're
like
taking
alive?
animals.
Yeah,
They're taking animals.
The wizard that probably started this all. Okay. No.
Wait. Did he not say animals?
Did he say animals or people? He said...
The cultist is, as far as we know, has only sacrificed animals, but with the following that he has, and with how brainwashed he's making the crowds, I wouldn't be surprised if he moves to humans next.
What is his name?
I'm not sure. They just call him the messenger.
The messenger.
All right. Well, let's take out the undead then. And I say let's take the undead and head the cultist.
Let's go to the crypt.
I mean, he can go. You could go as a rogue. You could go your own way. You don't necessarily have to go with us. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I'm gonna get out of here and y'all are the most powerful people in this town, like, it doesn't make sense for me to go on my own. So it's whatever. It's honestly, at the end of the day, it's beneficial for me to follow y'all for the meantime. How about this? I will agree to lend my services if once we clear this crypt, we go speak to this wizard. Actually, how about this? Go send for the wizard to come meet us at the crypt, because we're gonna go to the crypt.
Oh,
for you.
I like it.
Let's protect this town. He should be coming and helping us with this crypt.
Ever since the explosion, he's been more or less holed up in the inn, studying his books to try and get a better understanding of what's going on. I can try, but I don't know that he'll leave his post.
If he wants help, he needs to come and talk to us and give us the info we need.
He looks like he's weighing his options and he's thinking about it. He says, "You know what? I'll do everything I can. I will make sure Treorn gets over there."
All right.
It's about time.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Yeah, Monk, I like you, Monk. Anyways, yeah.
So are you heading over to the crypts then?
We're heading to the crypt.
Okay. So, gives you what might be called a farewell, but he says, "Tread lightly. There are odd things going on, and you never know what might happen. Stay safe."
That sounds like a threat.
Sounds like a threat.
He's so that might have sounded threatening. That wasn't supposed to be. He genuinely. You get the feeling from Barrick that he genuinely cares about his town, and he truly does appreciate you guys looking like you're going to make efforts to try and help them out. So he really does care. He did sincerely mean it. Take care and stay safe. So you guys are heading to the crypts.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for
I
battle.
love it. RP activated. You know, assuming they're a European pigeon and not an African pigeon.
This
right?
podcast brought to you by pigeons.
Pigeons.
They migrate.
All right, Red Dead.
And what game are we playing, Zach?
Castlevania, man. Castlevania. As our lovely viewers can see in the background.
Yes.
Just amazing. Symphony of the Night is what you told me. You said, "I'm ready for a sponsor."
Well, my exact words were, "Samsung, come at me, bro."
Did you tell them that you're exploding with great talent?
I am great